When I first read that New Zealand would become the Norway of the Pacific in terms of their uptake of electric cars, I have to admit I was a little bit skeptical. But when I started to look at the facts, I realized it's actually true. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. Fantastic to see you. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. And thank you for jumping on and subscribing to our channel membership. Now, members get access to videos 24 hours before they are released on the channel. And they also get 3 to 4 videos every week that are exclusive to members only. Now, supporting the channel in this way is what actually keeps us here, keeps me here doing this job and putting in a lot of work and a lot of effort into trying to bring you the most up-to-date information that is available. Things have been changing radically as New Zealand aims to become the Norway of the Pacific. Sounds crazy, but it's true. New Zealand doesn't manufacture any vehicles of its own. It is a small right-hand drive market. All of its fossil fuels are imported. Petrol's pretty expensive there. It's powered primarily by hydropower. Renewable energy. New Zealand has massive thermal potential. And when I went there, I was amazed by how beautiful it was. I rode my bicycle for a year around the world, rode through 24 different countries, but New Zealand wasn't one of them. So I've seen a few places, but when I went to New Zealand, I think I got a sore neck from looking around everywhere and just being so amazed by the scenery. So if you are in New Zealand, my Lord, you have a beautiful, beautiful country. So why screw it up with petrol and diesel? Well, people won't be very soon. Fueled by the Clean Car Discount, 12.5% of cars sold in New Zealand in September had a plug. Now, the Clean Car Discount in place since July in New Zealand offers a rebate of 8,600 New Zealand dollars, which is about 8,400 Australian dollars, or around about 6,500 US dollars for new EVs, and up to 3,500 New Zealand dollars for used EVs or used imported EVs as well. Now, the New Zealand government is promising to pay for the rebates by taxing higher emitting internal combustion engine vehicles. And I totally agree with this because people just underestimate the damage this does to our environment. We're basically covering the costs. Well, not even that really, because we don't know the real cost behind the cancers and everything that we get from breathing in the toxic fumes, but it's covering the cost to some degree. Now, this move was welcomed by New Zealand's Motor Trade Association. The New Zealand government wants 30% of the overall fleet to be electric by 2030. To drive the market faster, they have now introduced a rebate for low-income drivers to swap their clunkers for EVs. This, coupled with subsidies for the installation of EV chargers, is expected to increase uptake enormously. In fact, I predict New Zealand will be 95% EVs within 5 years from now. It makes total sense, right? You get paid to give them your old piece of crap vehicle, right? Then you get a subsidy for an EV. Now, you're probably thinking, yeah, EVs are expensive. No. Within 5 years' time, BYD and a number of other Chinese automakers will be selling their EVs in New Zealand. And they will be selling them at prices that are extremely affordable. I mean, BYD is going to be selling the EA1 Dolphin for less than $30,000 in New Zealand. I'm talking Australian dollars here, US dollars, about 23,000 US dollars for you Americans. Imagine you remove $8,500 from your, say, $28,000, $29,000 vehicle. That's 20 grand for a new EV. Plus, the government will pay you for your old rust bucket, a couple of $1,000s. So you're looking at $18,000 for the average person to get an EV, which is the size of a Toyota Corolla. Now, you're probably saying, yeah, but not everyone wants a Corolla. Yeah, that's true. But guess what? BYD makes an SUV that they say is going to cost $35,000. So what's that? About 26,000 US dollars. Take $8,500 off that. You're coming down to 27,000. Take another couple of thousand for your old rust bucket. The average person, sure, might not be able to afford one today, but within 5 years, pretty much everyone who's buying a new car will be choosing to buy the one that costs them $8,500 less. But not only $8,500 less, because they're taxing ICE vehicles more. So it's probably going to cost you about $10,000 less to buy an EV, which, while BYD's vehicles are already on par with ICE, so are other Chinese manufacturers' cars, well, it's a no-brainer. When taken together, we are starting to send signals to the global automotive industry that New Zealand is serious about electrification, said Drive Electric Chair Mark Gilbert. That's how we will get a supply of these vehicles. The faster we can get a comprehensive plan in place, the faster we build the confidence of importers and consumers. Let's hope that the Australian importers that influence the models available in New Zealand wake up and smell the electricity. The New Zealand draft plan also includes encouraging people to drive less, including a target to reduce car travel by 20% by 2035, to use bicycles. Electric bicycles are a great idea, and to walk. The fact that petrol in New Zealand is $2.50 a litre and rising will also contribute to that, because in New Zealand, the average cost to run your EV is 35 cents per litre. 35 cents or $2.50? Which one would you prefer? Now, obviously, if you get solar, which also has rebates in it, so it's very cheap to get solar in New Zealand, well, then your electricity will be virtually free. Now, I should mention, some of New Zealand's energy is from coal and gas. Remember though, the cost of energy storage, the cost of solar, and the cost of wind has come down enormously over the last 70 years, and especially enormously over the past decade. It's now cheaper to install renewable energy in many cases than to continue running existing fossil fuel plants. So that will change over time. Now, cars that are currently for sale in New Zealand and that qualify for this rebate right now, if you're in New Zealand, you want to go get an EV, you can, include the MG ZS EV, which would be priced at New Zealand $40,000 before on-road costs. That's Australian $37,000, so about $26,000 US dollars. The MG HS plug-in hybrid, now starting from 47,000 New Zealand dollars or 43,000 Australian dollars. A new Nissan Leaf after discount would set you back 49,000 Australian dollars. A Kia Niro would set you back 64,000 Australian dollars. A new plug-in Niro will now cost $34,000 or 31,000 Australian dollars, so around about 24,000 US dollars. And also Tesla Model 3. And I actually know somebody who just went and bought a Tesla Model 3 in New Zealand using this rebate, because he said, hey, it's now an absolute bargain. It cost him 59,000 New Zealand dollars, or around about 40,000 US dollars. Now, this is the lithium iron phosphate version, by the way, which is definitely the version to get if you're looking at the base models. I think it's a fantastic price for what is an excellent car. In fact, all these cars are good, but out of those, that is the one I'd pick. However, of course, this market is going to explode over the next 5 years. You're going to be talking about, 80% of the cars on sale in New Zealand by 2025, in my view, will be EVs, because car manufacturers will be smart enough to know that that's what people want. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.